Let's wait for 5 to 6 minutes and let's start. Good morning, everyone. Maybe at the end of the session. Okay. First of all, my question is, anyone knows about API gateway? First of all, hmm? Anyone knows about API gateway? I'm just asking about what we actually use API gateway for. Hmm? Anyone knows about it? Okay. For authorizations, create proxies. It handle requests from client and send to respective services. Good. Any other answers? That's all the questions. Okay. See, basically, API gateway is a service which is going to act as a single entry point for all our microservices. See, right now we are accessing booking service directly. We can access our payment service, and if there are any services, we can access those endpoints directly, right? But see, whenever you go to any of the offices, right? So there will be a gate, there will be a gate check, there will be a security check. So just like the same way, so API gateway is a single entry point for all the microservices. Okay, so we need to expose only the API gateway to the end users so that they cannot call the booking service or the payment service directly. Okay, we need to provide a single entry point to the end user so that they can access the API gateway directly, and they can actually give the URLs, and whatever the URLs are matching, they can actually route the request to the respective services. Okay. So here, I just wanted to go to this start.spring.io again. And I just wanted to download. Okay, and then probably we'll select the gateway. Okay, that's all. Generate it. Just extract it over here and delete this. Now you can just go inside this and we have got the API gateway. Now I just wanted to copy the build plugin from the booking service and paste it over here in the API gateway. Very simple. Okay, now, first of all, whenever you add a new service, basically just right click on this bounded XML. So here this project is not getting recognized as a Maven project. So there will be a add as Maven project. Okay, so just check this button and then probably this will act as a Maven project. Okay, so now, so I can simply go to this so we need to add one more dependency, which is the Eureka service client, because API gateway also has to be registered with the Eureka server. So first of all, what I need to do, I'll just go and pick this up dependency, and I'll just copy this dependency over here and paste it over here. Refresh it. That's the only thing. Now let's start. So just rename this to YAML. So likewise for the Eureka server, Spring Cloud API Gateway also has a port number 8765. Okay. So give the Spring application name. Okay. And then probably we need to define cloud. And here we need to define our gateway routes. Okay. So here I just wanted to define our ID. So here each and every route has to mention a unique route. So I just wanted to define this as a bookings route. And here we need to give the URI. So how we can actually give the URI? So HTTP colon forward slash, what is the service name? Booking hyphen service. That's it. And here we need to define some predicates. And here the predicates are, so I just wanted to define a path equal to forward slash bookings star star. That's it. Okay. So let me explain you about this, routes. So let's say if we are going to hit one endpoint, I just wanted to make a comment over here. So if I just wanted to hit HTTP colon forward slash localhost colon 8765 with forward slash bookings. Okay, so when API gateway sees this URL, it has forward slash bookings. It understands that it has a predicate forward slash booking. That means it has to forward the request to our booking service directly. So here, why I have not defined like this localhost 8080, right? Yeah, 1 second, guys. Uh, I'll just share my screen in a bit. Okay, I will join the meeting. Okay, so right now I'm leaving it. I'll just rejoin it again. Okay. Hello, guys. Hello. Yeah. Uh, okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. And so here, let's say if the incoming URL. So can you all hear me, right? So hope the voice is clear to everyone. Hope my voice is clear. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So here, let's say if the incoming request is HTTP / localhost 8765 / bookings. So basically, this / bookings will be taken by this gateway route, and it understands that, hey, this predicate is actually matching with this incoming URL. So forward the request to the booking service. Okay. So, but here, since we are actually using Eureka service, so we can just mention the service name over here directly. Got it? So that's the total idea. Okay. So this is how we are actually going to forward the request to the booking service directly if the incoming URL has / bookings, and if this incoming URL is matching with this predicate, then it forwards the request to the booking service. Very, very simple. Any doubts in this, first of all? Yeah. Yes, Suresh.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand like how internally like it booking service here we are not giving any port number or anything, right? So
No,
how
this is
it
the
will.
service name, right? You know Eureka server? So how we have actually given the payment service broker information previously? We have removed the local host information, right? You just see
Yeah,
this
but
payment service broker. No, 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 let's understand this. Previously, we have given like this
yeah, that's
HTTP
what I want.
localhost.
Yeah.
No, no,
Mhm.
first listen. Localhost :9091 / payments. We have given
Payment,
like
yeah.
this, right?
Hmm.
Then how we have actually renamed this complete port information to payment
So
-service? How we have given this? Tell me.
yeah, that's what I'm not understanding. How, because we are not giving this port number
Then
and
why
all. So
yesterday
how
this question
how
was
you
not
like
raised, Suresh? One
now
second,
how
Suresh.
Eureka will, yeah, that's
No,
what
no, no, no,
I.
no, 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 no. Let me understand this point. Let you understand this point. Yesterday there was a local host, correct?
Hmm.
It was there like this, right?
Yeah,
Why
correct.
this was not working? Because in Eureka server we do have a service names, correct?
Yeah, correct.
The same service name we need to provide over here because Eureka server will not understand localhost, right?
Mhm. Correct. And port, how about the port
See
number?
here the service to service C. Sorry,
A port number will be dynamic. While running, we will give the port number.
Eureka server will have the port information and the service name, right, Suresh? You're asking this question today.
Yeah, yeah, got it. Yeah, understood now. I was just trying to recall that. Thank you.
Please go through each and every application that we are doing it on every day. Otherwise, the topics will not be clear to everyone. So what is the advantage of this passing the request through API gateway? So let me make a clear understanding of this, Akash. Okay. So here, let's say, so here we are actually providing the bookings and the request will be forwarded to the URI. But the only thing that I just wanted to say, right? So here, In Spring Cloud, the API gateway is a service that acts as an entry point for handling the request. It provides essential functions such as routing, handling cross-cutting concerns like authentication, rate limiting, and fallback mechanisms. API gateway is a centralized place where all the end users requests has to go through a single endpoint. That means it's not a best practice to, give an access to booking service directly or the payment service directly. So right now, everyone can access the booking service endpoints, right? That should not be the case. Each and every service has to be given access only through the single entry point. So right now, there is an entry point for booking service and there is an entry point for payment service, correct? So even in the Docker Compose file, we don't have to expose the port for booking service. We have to just remove this. And also we need to remove this because we cannot provide access to individual services. We have to give access only through the API gateway to access our booking service. So that's the total idea. Okay. So this is a single entity. See, whenever you are going for any interview, right, you cannot go directly inside the company, right? So there will be a security check at the gateway, at the security gate, right? So there is a check at the security gateway. So what they will do, they will initially take your details and then they will call to the respective HR whether this person has came for the interview, what is the name and all. They will take all these details. They will just wait for the confirmation from the HR whether the person can enter into the company or not. So like the same wise, API gateway is a central place where all our booking service related endpoints will be configured, and that should provide you the single entry point to the respective microservices. So I have to make a call to the API gateway, and that API gateway will route the request to the respective microservices. This is how a single entry point will act like as a security gateway for us. Right now we are not implementing any security concerns, but here we are actually using the gateway to reroute our requests for now. Okay. So, and this is a single entry point where all the requests will be taken and redirect that particular request to the respective service. So if the incoming request is something like this, http:// localhost 8765 / bookings, then our request will be routed to the bookings service directly. So that means this URL will be taken from here. And if these predicates are matching with this incoming URL, then forward the request to the booking service. Now it will just go to the booking service and it will just hit the endpoint of the booking service directly over here. Got it? So that's the total idea. So no need to expose our ports via Docker. Yes, we don't have to expose any of our services to the outside world. It's only the API gateway for which we need to expose the ports, Akash. You are correct. Okay. That is the biggest kind of security that API gateway is going to provide to us. Okay. Even the security can be handled inside the API gateway. So what type of things that we can do inside API gateway? Authentication, authorization, rate limiting, logging, and doing some pre-validation logics and all these kind of things. Yes. So API gateway is acting as a single entry point and an exit point for our applications. Okay. So we cannot give multiple entries to our companies, right? So even if you just go to any of the government departments, right? So there will be a department, there will be a government department where there will be a security check at the gateway. Until the security check is passed, will not allow any users to enter into the building. And even for the building, there will be a single entry. There will not be multiple entries, right? Yeah, so there will be a single entry even for the department. There will be a building and there will be a single entry point, right? So like the same way, API Gateway is also having the same kind of feature. So it provides a single entry point for the incoming URL, and it actually has some predicates. Based upon these predicates, it understands that to which particular service it has to forward the request. Okay. So this is how this Spring Cloud Gateway routes are going to work. and this URI and predicates are going to work. Okay, so that's the total idea. Any questions on this? Yes, Suresh.
Yeah, I have another simple question. Like when you give local host, right, it runs on local host, correct? When you don't give local host, so
Hmm.
where does it run? It runs on the, like, because we don't have local host, right? So
Hmm.
it runs on the node where,
It
because we
it
have
doesn't take any nodes, Suresh. See, when all the services are registered with Eureka server will take the responsibility of calling the services directly with the service name. It doesn't need a port because it has the port information, right? It knows how to forward the request.
No, I'm talking about the machine name. The local host will have IP address, right? So when you run
Yeah.
locally, it's here.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
but when you don't give local host, so Eureka
Here,
server
what
will
is the
take.
need of giving localhost? Here, the services itself are communicating with each other, right?
Okay.
See, when I'm
So
calling a booking service, no,
mm,
no, just understand this point. When I'm calling this post mapping from localhost / bookings, right?
yeah.
Here we do have a payment service broker inside the service IMPL. I do have a booking service IMPL. Here I'm using the payment service broker, right? So here I am
Mm.
calling this process payment, and here I have the service name directly. So Eureka server knows what is the port on which the payment service is running. It will just contact the payment service and it knows what port it is running on. Based upon the port, it will call the payment service directly.
Okay. So
This is
wherever it is deployed, it will run from that machine.
yeah, yeah,
Correct.
yeah, yeah. No matter, see, if it is running in local machine, we have to use localhost. If it is deployed in some other environment, that it will be having some IP address or the domain name. So based upon the domain name, it will be calling. That's it. We don't have to do
Or, or
anything.
or it could be container in case of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anything.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. Okay. So that's all. So now what we can do, we will just go to this Docker Compose YAML file and we will add another entry for the API gateway. Since we need to define our Eureka server also, we'll define that. But right now, I just wanted to define the image name as API-gateway. Okay. And then container name is also like API gateway. You can give the image name and container name both the same. And here build information. So here we don't have the Docker file for the API gateway, right? So I just wanted to go to this pom.xml. So we'll just also make this as 1.0 hyphen snapshot. Yeah. And now we will just go to this one. Now, if I just go to this API gateway, so let me build this application first. cd dot, sorry. Yeah. Let's do a maven install for the API gateway. And we need to add the Docker file also over here. Docker file. And here inside the Docker file, let's copy the same Docker file information from this and go to this API gateway Docker file. And here I just wanted to give API-gateway. And here I can define API gateway. So you can give ABC also, doesn't matter. Okay, so this is a container, name, container jar name. Okay, so API gateway, and this one. Okay, so now everything is done. So now what I will just do, so I'll just go to this one, Docker Compose. And here I will just go and give the information of the build. So here /API gateway, inside the API gateway folder, I do have a Docker file. That is enough. Now, after the build, we need to define the ports configuration. So only this port has to be exposed to the outside world. So 8765 colon 8765. That's it. Okay. So that's the total idea. So we are going to expose only the API gateway. So now what happens if the incoming URL is like, just I have shown like previously. So only this way is possible. Okay. But if you just go inside the booking service, APIs. So here, localhost 8080, since our application.yaml, the port is 8080. So localhost 8080 /bookings will not be accessed because inside the Docker Compose, we have not exposed any of the ports related to booking service or the payment service. Okay, we can actually remove this. This is not at all required. We'll expose only the API gateway and no one will be able to access our booking service and private service privately. Okay, they have to go through the API gateway only. That's it, very simple. Okay, and one more thing, no one will be able to provide the separate endpoints for payment service to be accessed because they have to be accessed from some other application. Booking service is only the service which can call the payment service. That's very simple. Okay. Okay, so for payment service also we need to define URI. No, we don't have to define Akash because payment service has to be called only by the booking service. Okay, since payment service right now it is having an endpoint. Later on we will also remove that endpoint because we will be using Kafka completely. Okay, yeah, so that's the total idea. Okay, so now I will just read this out. Yeah. Okay, so now this is the kind of security that, and I will also just define the Eureka server. So let me define the Eureka server on the top. No matter wherever you just wanted to define it. So, so here the service name should be, if I just go to the movie services registry inside the source main resources, I'll just go to this. Okay, so there's a movie services registry. So copy the same name and copy paste it over here as a service name. And here I just wanted to give the image name as same movie services registry and the container name also as movie services registry. And build is dot / movie services registry. And here inside the movie services registry, I need to maintain a Docker file. So first, I will just go to the pom.xml first, and I will just rename this to 1.0 snapshot. Just refresh it. And here, I will just go and create a Docker file. And I'll just copy the existing Docker file, paste it over here. And here, I will just movie services registry and registry simply and registry. There's a Docker container jar name. Okay. So anyhow, Docker will use this command in order to run the application through jar. So that's what we need to do and close all. And if you just go to this Docker Compose YAML file finally, so here we need to define the ports information. So here the port information has to be 8761 colon 8761. That's it. So we can also expose this port because we just have to see whether what services are being registered with the Eureka server. Okay, that's it. And finally, we have to give some environment variables, but not right now. This is how we actually define the services. So right now we do have a payments DB, bookings DB. These are MySQL databases, followed by movie services registry, which is a Eureka server. Booking service, payment service, and the API gateway are the service names. That means the Eureka discovery clients. Okay. So this is a total Docker Compose file, and this is API gateway where we are actually working on this particular routes. Okay, and 1 second, guys. Yeah, sorry guys, I got a call. So today I was a bit busy because today our training is going to be started in the company. So there are a lot of candidates who came from different IIT organizations and also respective universities of the engineering colleges. So today I will be a bit busy. So today is the starting day, and I'm right now in office. Okay. So, can we continue tomorrow? Because I came to office today because every Tuesday and Friday I'll be going to office. So right now everyone is coming to my room and calling. Okay, so can I continue the session for tomorrow? Is that okay for everyone? Because everyone is coming. Uh, Can you please give this? Okay, okay, sure. I will give it to you. Okay. Right now, I just wanted to give it this project to you. So let me go and open this in Explorer. And okay. And here. Yeah, sure, sure. I will give it to you. Okay. So right now, I just wanted to go to this Telegram. Who was this? I'll check this later, buddy. Okay. And one more thing, Kazim, check whether in your pom.xml you do have a MySQL and JPA. JPA must be there, but let's see whether you do have the MySQL driver or not. Because let's run your application in local and see whether it is connecting to database or not, and let me know. Okay, please, because that might be the issue. Um, Let me know in the Telegram channel only. Okay. I will not be available for up to 2 o'clock. Okay. So maybe you can just ping me the message so that I will go through that. Akash, you can take this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just take this file and understand what are the dependencies that I have added. And maybe tomorrow I will just go through each and everything. So tomorrow there will be a big session from my side. So try to at least join by 9:05 so that I will start the session very early instead of starting at 9:10. Okay. So yeah. Thank you everyone and have a great day. Happy learning and bye.